Hey, it's Michael Giannoulis with copywriterbrain.com. Do you want to know how to write better ad copy? I thought you might, and that might be why you're here. Let's just dive in. I'm going to show you 7 different things that you can use right now to punch up your ad copy to get more sales, increase conversions, and just have a much, much funner life. Let's go. Okay, so number 1, what is it? What can you do? What makes ad copy work more than anything? David Ogilvy talked about getting attention with a great headline. So that's number 1. You got to get attention. The headline, that actually accounts for about 80% of the effectiveness of the ad. So if you don't get a good headline, you don't get their attention, guess what? They're not going to read. They're going to scroll right past and keep going. And that is bad, bad, bad. You do not want that. Okay, so what can you do? Like, what is a strategy that you could use to get people to stop and pay attention? The number 1 best thing that you can possibly do is to use curiosity. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it also made people a lot of money. It pulls people in, it gets them excited, and it makes them want to continue reading. So you can always use curiosity. So take something normal, make it sound cool, fun, interesting, different. The next step, after you got their attention, you're going to want to build up what's called interest. And interest is weird because, like, what does that mean? Get interest, right? It took me a long time to figure this out, but really what it comes down to is to use the intellect, the brain, something that is interestingly enough to pull you in and to make you start thinking. That's the key. You want to think about something that is intellectually interesting. How do you do that? The easiest way to do that is with some kind of a cool stat or some kind of an interesting thing that maybe people haven't thought of before, a new way to look at an old problem. Number 3, you want to start to build desire. What is desire but emotion? So interest was about intellect. Desire is about emotion. Emotion is exciting. Emotion is what keeps us as people being pulled in. So you want to come up with some type of an emotional hook or some kind of a way to get people to feel something. Emotions can include things like fear, happiness, sadness, joy, fun. Any kind of emotion will always help pull and keep people reading or watching your ad. Number 4, you want to have a great story. You want to have a great story. Great stories are really what sell people and what make things happen. If you don't have a good story, then people are not going to stay. They're not going to read. No one cares about facts and figures. I mean, a few people do, but very rarely. Most people want a great story. You give them a great story, they will stay and they will read and they will watch and they will comment and they will enjoy it. Always tell a great story. Next up, pain point. Oh, this one hurts me, right? But it's the reality. People are coming to you because they have a problem and they want you to solve it. So part of the pain point is identifying what's the main problem that your product or your service solves. What is that problem? When you know what that problem is, guess what? You have to explain it in a way that relates to where they're at right now. So you have to meet your prospects where they're at. If they just broke their foot, you would say, hey, you broke your foot and I can help fix your foot. So you have to explain what the problem is. And part of that, this is one that people miss a lot. Don't just call out the problem, but make them aware of the implications of that problem. Going back to the foot, if you don't fix your broken foot, what's going to happen? Well, it's going to get worse. You're going to have all these problems. You might even get a bad hip, a bad back, because you're not properly walking on your foot. So you want to give them the implications of what not taking action will do. This is a big one that people miss. Now, the opposite side of that from the pain point is we have the benefit side. Okay, so what does your product or service actually do? What do they get? And not what do they get as far as like what the product is, but how will their life be different once they've applied or used the product? Give them a beautiful picture of life after the product. And they've already went through your course, or they've already bought the thing and they put it to use, and now it's there in the future. It's called future pacing. Explain how their life will be different and what it'll be like when they've already got your course or your info or whatever put to use. Here's a big key here. Think of it as a promise. What's your main promise that you can make? When you're done with this, when you've applied it, you're going to have this. What's the biggest, baddest, most awesomest promise you you could possibly make, because that's the promise that will pull people in and make them want to actually buy. And finally, the last one, my favorite one, I call this the Spice Girl principle. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. What I mean by that, and this is missed a lot of times, I don't know why, it's the easiest one. Make sure you end your ad by exactly explaining what you want them to do next. It could be a click. It could be to go buy something. It could be put your email in. It could be to subscribe to this video, subscribe to my channel. Tell people what you want them to do and be clear. Tell them exactly what you want, what you really, really want. Okay, if you do that, you'll see an uptick in conversions just by adding that in there, because people are often, they're just unsure. They're like, what do I do now? You got to make sure to tell them what to do now. If you enjoyed this video, if you had fun, if you liked my rambling, then please subscribe, join right now. I have a free community for copywriters, marketers, and business owners who want to improve their copy skills, who want to improve their ads, who want to make more sales of their products. It's completely free. You can join at any time. The link is below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Make sure you subscribe, because I do crank out a video each week around the areas of copy, marketing, personal development. Look forward to chatting with you soon. Leave a comment and say hi.